I'm not really going to be able to monitor it on my phone anyway. I'll be able to have the Twitch chat, but not the other, which will be a little troublesome. Come on. I just got to get the chat open so that I can see it easily. Hey fellas, I can see you in already. Hold on. Chat only. There we go. How's everybody doing? Okay. Feels good to finally get this done. Sorry that I didn't make it last year. Hopefully we'll be able to make it up this year. Oh, I also forgot I needed to adjust the camera because I moved slightly. It'll be a little bit awkward. That's probably plenty right there. Happy Halloween, everybody. It's finally time. We've still got a lot of work to do. Dee Dee is in the other room editing stuff for the stream, for tomorrow's stream. But at least for tonight, I just get to enjoy myself. Let's see, have I got everything? So, why don't we take this opportunity to run down a little bit of a checklist. Alcohol and a marker. The marker I just find good for drawing. You could use anything that you want. When I was a kid, we always got told to use a ballpoint pen, and it was like, I think the waxy surface of the pumpkin made the ink not want to stick. So that's why I use a marker. But alcohol will help to rub it away in case I make a mistake. Toilet paper for giants. What do you call this? Paper towels. Paper towels just to clean up mess. You need a pumpkin. You need a skull. You need cutting tools. Well, I'm glad I have those. And then a bucket. You need a place to store all your stuff. I would have used, I think anybody who was here previous years remember I used to use this bowl to put my pumpkin guts in. But I'm not doing it this year because I wanted to put the candy in it. Alrighty, I'm going to save this pumpkin for later. And I'm going to start with a fresh one here. Why don't we let's do Mr. Tallman first, because he keeps falling over. So let's teach him a lesson. Alrighty, what kind of face? Obviously a tall face. What do we want to put on here? I feel like I did a screaming face last year. But all this tall surface area, it really begs for it, I feel like. I'm having trouble deciding. Just giving the chat a brief look. Yeah, this phone is not going to work because I remembered YouTube's not going to show up on my phone. But anyway, let me think here. I could work with. You guys can see he's got like a big crease here. I wonder if I could use that for a face somehow. But I don't like that you can see the pumpkin is trying to lean downwards. And I wouldn't want the face to be facing down towards the ground where nobody can see it. So I'll stick with this side. What is a tall pumpkin going to be? I won't do a scream. It's too predictable. Well, you know what? Before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and cut this baby open. We can empty it out. Oh boy, this is the best part though. Obviously, making the face is fun. But every year, the part that I look forward to the most is that fresh whiff of pumpkin guts. Come here, you. God damn, I love that smell. Good times. Okay. Go ahead and slice a little bit of this off. I learned my lesson this year. Last year when I carved pumpkins, I immediately scattered all the seeds in the yard, hoping they would grow. And before winter even hit, they were devoured by animals. So this year I know better. I'm going to keep all the seeds, probably in a jar or something, and save them for the springtime. Well, they still have the potential to be eaten by animals, but at least if I can get them to actually sprout, that's ideal. I had a couple of pumpkin sprouts this year, not many. I think if anybody, since this is a special occasion stream, I'm not going to assume that everybody has been keeping tabs with me. But I've been talking a lot over the year about how I was trying to grow pumpkins in the yard. And I found one stray seed under the couch. And that was what I was trying to grow. But then he got chomped by another animal. And then later on in the year, after all the summer rain, I got a couple of sprouts that I didn't account for, but they also died very quickly. So this year I'm going to be very diligent and try my damnedest to actually get some life to sprout. Can you guys hear all the squishing? Do you guys hear it? Oh. There's the stuff. You see that? Actually, that might be too... Yeah, I was holding it up too high. I love me my pumpkin goop. I can't get enough of that smell. It's really too bad that it's a smell you only get once a year. Kind of like Christmas tree smell, I guess, if you're that kind of person. I've heard a lot of people say that they really detest pumpkin smell. I don't remember who it was in chat. One of you guys really dislikes pumpkin smell. Okay, good. Interesting. I'm used to the scoop that has like the little pumpkin face on it. I don't know where that is. I haven't seen it, but I'll be fine with this one. Oh, careful now. Now I can, the reason I didn't want to look at the chat for too long was because it's awkward to have somebody facing to the side the whole time, but my face isn't visible right now, so I can read as much as I want. I hope you have fun with your Halloween party, Ghostu. He says that he's gonna be DJing tomorrow night. I feel bad for whoever's throwing the party having to do it on a Monday night. Nobody's gonna show up. I didn't want to do pumpkin carving today. I was hoping to do it tomorrow because, unfortunately, in my experience, even just one day of the pumpkins being out there, they won't look quite as crisp. The details on your pumpkin face are gonna start to like sag after that much time. But unfortunately, that's how it had to be this year. Oops. Like I said, Dee Dee needs to do his stream tomorrow, and And I think it's been cold enough around here lately that maybe the weather will help to preserve the pumpkins and they won't be quite as wilted as I'm expecting. I sure hope so. Yeah, the nails. I feel I'm really frustrated consistently. Every goddamn year, my nails start to break. They usually get really long when I'm approaching Halloween, and I'm like, oh, that's great, because that's like the time of year where they should be the longest and the sharpest. And then they start to break. And so you can see on the middle finger there that one of them is broken, but at least the rest of them are nice and long. Story time is going to be good. I'm still in the process of editing it, actually. When I'm done with the stream here, I'm going to get right back to work. And I'll be doing that primarily. But it'll be done in time for you guys to watch tomorrow. Hold on. I got goo stuck on me. There we go. This is pretty good looking. I like to leave them pretty dirty on the inside. I'll try to lift it up so that you guys can see. You probably can't. I try to leave a lot of strands hanging. I like it. Gives it like a fun, messy look. And Halloween, it's probably the best time of the year to be messy. I probably say that about a lot of things. Halloween is the best time to breathe. So now that I'm resting this pumpkin on its side, actually, I'm getting a different idea. I may do a side pumpkin this year, which I don't think I've ever done before. You guys can see it doesn't really want to stand on its side. I probably could get it to if I really wanted to, lean it up against something, but let's take this. No, you know what? No, I'll do side. Big part of pumpkin carving for me is I've got to find the personality of the pumpkin inside. I can't try to push it around and get it to do what I want it to do. This thing wants to be lazy, so this is going to be a lazy pumpkin. Let's see here. What kind of face is a lazy pumpkin going to have? Could give it a wiggly mouth. Yeah, I don't want to give it a smile. This definitely needs like a negative emotion of some kind. Could make it grumpy looking. No, I don't like that. I don't want a small eye on this thing. You want big round. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. You want those like half moon eyes. You can see into your pumpkin soul. There we go. And I've got to be extra careful this year because I remember last year I was a little reckless drawing the faces and it caused me problems. I don't think you guys got to see last year. I think I carved in private if I remember correctly. Because that was another situation of Ding Dong needing Halloween itself to do his stream. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I know what I want to do with him. Yeah. Okay. I want to give him a pig nose. Let's do something like... something like that. I think you guys can see where I'm going with this. I still don't know exactly what kind of mouth I want to give him. But I think you can see the sort of attitude. This is a miserable wretch here. In fact, let's make your eyes even more tilted upwards. Make him look a little bit more pathetic. There we go. Yeah, you don't want pupils. This guy needs to have like a blank zombie stare. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. I think... Okay. I can't give him... I wanted to give him a wide, wiggly mouth. But... as you can see, I think, if I were to give him a long mouth, that front part is definitely going to start sagging. You have to bear in mind the weight. Pumpkin rinds are very heavy, and so the whole thing wants to like rot downwards. And you got to think up ways to support all that weight. So, if I do, I know what I'm going to do. This is going to be a slightly complicated mouth. But I'm going to give him like... I'm going to give him like gritted teeth. Although I think I need a little bit more room. I hate to get rid of this face as it exists, but I'm going to have to try to recreate it. Because he doesn't have enough mouth room as I have it so far. So let's get a little bit of that alcohol and wipe this clean. Yeah, we roast the seeds. I think we did it last year. There we go. That all came off very easily. As you can see, alcohol gets it to come off immediately. And you're going to have a little bit of trouble otherwise trying to get that off. But you got to be careful because I don't know if you can see on the pumpkin, but definitely you can see on the napkin here, the ink will smudge your pumpkin up. And you don't want it to look dirty. Maybe you want it to look dirty. You could try to, theme it around that. Do like a little Victorian chimney sweep boy pumpkin somehow. Okay, I think that's clean enough. Put that right there. So let's try to recreate that face. It was a little asymmetrical, and I'm not going to be able to recapture that immediately. But at least I remember the shapes. It needs to be flatter. Yeah, there we go. Right about there. So, I haven't mentioned it yet because I forgot. But I just remembered, for those of you who aren't in the know, Dee Dee and I made some glow-in-the-dark sweatshirts this year, some hoodies. And you can go buy them right now. They're on Sol at, is it just dingdongvg.com? Let me check for you guys, because I don't want to send somebody to a scam site or something. Yeah, that's the one. dingdongvg.com. You can go and pick one up. I am pretty proud of how the design turned out. Let me ask real quick. Dee Dee, I know he wanted to give away a coupon code during his stream, and I think he said he wanted me to do it as well, but I don't remember. Let me go double check with him real quick, because I don't want to mess up his plans. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, guess what? I can give you guys the code. For coming to my stream and being so nice, you can get something % off. I didn't ask him how much. It's cheaper than normal. Put in coupon code Ghost Pumpkin Soup, all one word, and you're supposed to be able to get a discount with that. I was just making sure that the webcam was still working. Okay. So then we need the nose. I think it needs to be wider than that. Yeah, there we go. That's really good. So there you go. Somewhat recreated the face. I think it's not quite as good as I had it before. I wonder if maybe the eyes were wider. Maybe I need to move it over. I'll try wiping this off real quick. I shouldn't over rely on the wiping because, like I said, my pumpkin's going to get dyed black if I'm not careful. We can't do this too many times. I can already start to see the consequences piling up here. So let's try after this to not make any mistakes. Let's. As if I can foist the blame off on you guys. Oh, the Nightmare stream! Oh my gosh, I totally forgot. I was gonna play those. They're not ready. We're gonna have to do this next Tuesday. The day after Halloween, when I do my regular stream, I think that's when we're going to have to do it. I actually did mean to play the Nightmares tonight when I was doing my pumpkin carving stream, but there's still a little bit of formatting I have to do with all of the recordings. I needed to make sure that they're all properly credited, that like all the people who sent in, get their just dues and everything. So it'll take a little bit longer for me to get that ready. Sorry about that. I totally forgot in the rush to get the Deadly Dead Scream. The Deadly... Dreadful Dead Scream. I came up with the name. I should have remembered it. But anyway, yeah, we've been busy trying to get things done for that stream. And I actually did mean to do the Nightmare stream on Tuesday, but I didn't have the time. Tuesday last week. Okay. I'm getting a little too persnickety here. We need to keep moving. I've got 3 other pumpkins to do. And now I get to do this big unhappy mouth. Ooh, I like where I went with it too. It's very crooked. I think you guys can see. He doesn't look too pleased. But now, the thing that I was talking about doing, in order to preserve some structural integrity, I'm going to give him a gridded mouth like that. And that'll support a lot more weight than if I were to just have it be one big mouth opening. And now I think you're ready to actually carve here. I'll give you one last look. I really like the nose that I came up with. I think that's going to be nice. Most of the time when I draw pumpkins, when I carve them and draw them, because I draw them a lot too, I tend to leave them noseless. So I'm always kind of looking for an excuse to get a good nose in, and I'm glad that I've got one here. I already got goo on me again. Okay, let's go here. I need to get, because I think I've thought about this on previous years as well, I need to get a secondary webcam for these, because you guys can't see the actual cutting. You're just looking at my face, and that's not as interesting. Come on. I'm already run into a little bit of trouble. There we go. Ugh. Thank you very kindly, Molten Candle Crab. You don't have the ugliest face in the world. It doesn't totally make me want to retch. You should see me first thing in the morning. There we go. There we go. Perfect. I haven't seen... Is he here today? I haven't seen Werma yet. I hope he's doing okay. And or Sparkle. Sparkle's probably in bed, because he's got the night shift, I know. Whoa, they're here. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you both came. Although I hope you're not staying up too late, Sparkle. Are you dressing up at all this year, Werma? I always want to dress up every year, but I've kind of given up on the idea. I never end up having the time or money. If we were getting invited to Halloween parties, maybe. But I don't think that's going to happen for quite a long time. We still live out here in the middle of nowhere. It would be a little hard to attend any parties. There we go. Come on. Unless we host one. There we go. Come on. Get in there. Ooh, Skittles and Starburst. So you guys are a very sweet household. I ordered a bunch of Japanese candies. I can even show you guys. See, I've just got like a ton of stuff like that. I don't know if the kids are going to appreciate them. But I also got regular candies just in case. I'll give them a little bit of both. And if they really want to throw away the imported stuff, they can do it. You know, it's Caitlin. I don't remember. I think off the top of my head, he was asking where I got my hat. I believe I got it in Little Tokyo back in Los Angeles many years ago. Japan really likes Halloween, which I'm glad about. And so they make a lot of good Halloween merchandise. And one of the stores, I don't remember which one, it was in the mall, if anybody lives in LA. They had a whole bunch of Halloween stuff there one year, and I got a bunch of it. I don't think any of it is here in the room right now. I think it's all either up on the front porch or in my room. But if I remember correctly, I think that's where I got the hat. Obviously, you can tell it's supposed to be a lady's hat, but I don't give a shit. It's all like frilly and sparkly. All I care about is this orange, and it's got spiders on it. There we go. So you can see how this is coming. I'm hollowing out these holes here. I would give cats a watch Ding Dong really doesn't like Cats, the musical. It makes him mad. And I don't want to bug him with it, so that's for private viewing. He has no room in his heart for the Rum Tum Tugger and his imitation sweet transvestite. You know what? Thank you for reminding me, Werma. We haven't watched Over the Garden Wall today, or this year. Maybe we do that tomorrow. As the stream is going up, Aditi is finally going to have some time to relax. It's been another one of those cases where he hasn't slept in a week. And tomorrow, as the stream is finally going up so that you guys can watch it, he'll be able to kick back, and that's when we'll probably be doing our festivities, watching our movies, giving out candy. Probably just watching movies. I was going to say playing games, and then I was like, I don't think I've ever played video games on Halloween. And honestly, I don't think we would want to this year because we did so much of it for the stream anyway. Get in there. It's not breaking off. Well, whatever. That doesn't matter. I'll do it from the inside later. Rough cuts are not too big of a deal for me. A lot of other people do really fancy stuff with their pumpkins. High detail. The thing where you shave away part of it so that it glows through. And it's very cool. I like that people do that. It takes skill. But I really like, personally, the idea of having these be very crude. I think that's kind of part of what gives a jack-o'-lantern its charm. And so if a little piece is not working, depends on if it's a detail that I really want to get right. Sometimes it's necessary for the emotion to come through that a shape be just so. But on the inside, when you're tearing away all these little chunks, you often get those little strands of pumpkin gut. And those are good, as I mentioned before. It makes them look creepier. Disheveled. There we go. Now I'll go ahead and reach in and pull all these bits out. It's doing it. It's tearing off strips, but it's doing it on the bottom. It's not on the top. So you won't really be able to see that hanging stuff. But he does have some. I don't know if this lighting is probably not going to show you guys, but he's got hanging strands inside. So he's going to look pretty gross, I think. There we go. I can see YouTube chat. Where am I? It's just I got to look over there. I was trying to set it up on my phone so I could look over there. But then I remembered, oh yeah, the phone doesn't show that stuff up. I gotta look into whether there's something I can do for that, because it's troublesome. There's been a lot of times I've tried to do streams, and then I realized, oh yeah, I can only see half of the people. Granted, that's probably because I haven't been streaming to YouTube until this year, so it wasn't really a priority. Who knows how much of a priority it'll be from here on out. Because as we've discussed, the normal every week streams, I've been thinking about making them private once I get to doing other characters for Bippy. Because Bippy himself is all done now. I don't need to do any more of that. Ooh, there's a really nice hanging strand in there. It'll look great once it's lit. And I'll probably light these for you guys so that you can see what they look like in the dark. Usually I don't get to. Usually when I light them on stream, I'm taking them outside. Because in the past, all my pumpkin streams have been on the night of Halloween. That trick-or-treaters are coming to the door. And I'm in a rush to get them out. But this year, I get to take my time a little bit more. Radagast, ideally I'll go through all 4 pumpkins. I usually do 4 every year. And I've got them all here. They're under the table. Fave scary movie to watch. My favorite horror movie, generally speaking, is Videodrome. I really like Videodrome. It's got like everything I personally want in a horror movie. You get a little bit of social commentary. You get some scary creature effects. It's nice and old. Now it is. It's not that old. It's only 80s. But if we're talking Halloween traditions, probably Rocky Horror, which I'm looking forward to this year because we missed doing it last year. And all year I've been like, I can't wait for Halloween so we can watch Rocky Horror again. Rocky Horror is one of those movies that I've seen so many times that it's in danger of getting boring. And so I needed to give it a special occasion, and so that's like the classicest of Halloween movies. Other than that, usually it'll be like Halloween 3 is one of my favorites to watch on Halloween. I think we did do that one last year, though, so I probably won't do it this year. But let's see, what other general horror movies do I like? I think I've brought up I really like 1408. It's not a terribly smart movie, but I like it anyway. It's a very standard sort of like spooky haunted house thing. I don't know, I'm trying to... Oh, Babadook. Babadook I've talked about a lot. That one's really good. Killer Clowns is fun. I like Killer Clowns. I feel like that is one that I've watched too recently. I feel like I put it on to fall asleep to a few months ago. So I don't think we'll be watching that one this year. That one I definitely... That's kind of like... I wouldn't count that as scary, though. 1408 you could probably argue. But at least it's like... Killer Clowns is not even like it's a farce. On purpose. It's trying to be more fun than it is scary. I assume you guys are talking about actual horror movies, not tongue-in-cheek stuff. I have never seen Friday the 13th. I'll have to give it a shot at some point, considering it got 1,000,001 sequels. But I don't anticipate having a lot of fun with it. I'm a little bit too much of a slob too. I meant to say snob. I'm a little bit too much of a snob for that kind of thing. But what does it say about society? Kind of says something about society. It says that people just want to see mindless violence. But you know what? I'm making a judgment before having seen the movie. I'm just going based on reputation. Ugh. Scary Godmother is not scary, but it's a Halloween thing. I'm trying to remember if I watched Scary Godmother this year, and I don't think I did. I don't know if I would. I like it. I like Scary Godmother. But that's another one that it's like, I've seen it so many times. Do I really need to see it again? I need to get... When I was living up in Canada, I bought the issue where Harry gets kicked out by his mom and he's sleeping on Scary Godmother's couch and just being a nuisance. And I miss it. I had a lot of fun with it, but I need to get it back. I haven't gone to it in however long it's been since then. 5 years or whatever. Probably longer than that, because that would have been before Dee Dee and I met. There we go. Wow, big chunk. I would take a big bite out of this if I didn't already know that pumpkin tastes disgusting. It's good once you cook it, but raw pumpkin is not very tasty. We did actually, Flug. My friend did it already. Here, I'll show you guys. He tried... Oh, sorry, it's heavy. He tried hollowing it out with the egg beater, like you're saying. But I prefer to do mine the old-fashioned way. I gotta get down and dirty. I gotta feel the slime under my fingernails and smell it on my hands. Almost messed that one up. But I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out. Like, I think you guys can see there's some hanging strands in there. That's going to look really striking once it's lit. I'm really happy that this pumpkin decided to lay down, because I was struggling. You guys saw me. I didn't really know what to do with him when he was standing up. And I needed that little bit of inspiration. I had to commune with the spirits on this one. And hopefully this will be all the more ghoulish for it. Like I said, I think last time I had a tall pumpkin, I already made a screaming face. And I don't like being too redundant. Okay, I need to widen this eye socket a little bit. In general, like for all pumpkins, I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing, but I'm going in for a second pass. And I do this with most shapes that I do with pumpkins, because that way it lets more light shine through. It doesn't get blocked out by the rind. I've got some music stuck in my head, but I can't tell you guys what it is, because it's a surprise. But there we go. A little troublesome in that, yeah, that's going to keep falling out. Could probably hold it in place with a toothpick or something. Yeah, that's way too slippery. But there you go. Final pumpkin face. And as I said, I'll light it up for you guys at the end of the stream. For right now, I'm going to clean this up. You can still see a little bit of marker on the rind. I'm going to clean it up, and then we'll move on to our next pumpkin. Where's the alcohol at? It's right there. Yeah, Bachman, last year we cooked the pumpkin seeds. We may be able to do it this year since we have 5 pumpkins. Usually I only have 4. But I want to save as many as I can to grow in my garden. I've been trying to grow pumpkins for like the last couple of years, and I keep fucking it up. I don't have a very green thumb, unfortunately. But you know what they say? Practice makes you the best at everything. Uncontestably. So I just have to keep giving it a shot until I figure out how to do it. I have a friend who really likes gardening, and I was asking him some questions about it last year. So theoretically, I might be able to get help on that. Oh, I wouldn't know how to do it, but looking at these smears, maybe I just go again. It's not going to show up in the dark anyway. I was like, oh, maybe I could make it look like it has running mascara or something. But I think it would be a little too much work for me to try to figure out. I gotta keep this rolling. Oh shit, I broke off a piece. It's not a big piece, but that nose looks a little less sharp now. Looks clean enough. Some other little bits that I can't really quite get to. But there you go. One final showing. And let's get the next guy in here. Oh, I'll also include this. I'll put him up on his side for. Whoops, he already fell out. Hold on. There we go. Even when they're hollowed out, these guys are so heavy. Okay. Let's get the next one here. There we go. Oh, you're a teeny tiny one. Okay. You're a little cutie. I like his stem. I wonder if we can use that. This is a chipper pumpkin, I can tell. This guy is very giddy. He's happy to be here. He wouldn't have his little, like, alfalfa cowlick sticking up otherwise. And you got a nice smooth face to work with, so... No, I was gonna say traditional pumpkin with, like, the big teeth and everything. But no, you're not that kind. What do you want? Let's do that inside while I'm thinking. And I'll give a quick reminder. Dee Dee and I this year we're selling glow-in-the-dark sweatshirts that I got to design. And they're up for sale now. You can go get them at dingdongvg.com. And because it's the day before Halloween, you can put in a coupon code. What was it? Ghost Pumpkin Soup. All one word. And get yourself a discount. So that hopefully you can afford one if you couldn't before. I would have a little graphic to put on screen, but I don't. So sorry about that. There we go. Now you are going to stand straight up, so I need to cut a notch in this lid. Let's put it right here. Keeps your pumpkin not only from going out, but also setting on fire. You need a little air vent. Yeah, that'll do just fine. Flaming pumpkin sounds like a fun idea on paper, but then when you're thrust back into the house hunting market, you're probably going to have some regrets. like your idea, Dumb Tomato. Mostly just because you described it as Nia and shit. A cat pumpkin could be fun. I don't think I've ever done one before. But we'll see. Like I mentioned earlier, I try to let these pumpkins speak for themselves. I try to figure out what kind of personality they want to have. Oh boy. It's a heavenly smell. I wish I could just smell it all the time. I even bought some scented candles this year, hoping that it was going to make the house smell like pumpkin. And they don't. They just smell like candle. There's an apple one, but it doesn't really smell like apple. It smells like cinnamon. I guess that's the most distinct a candle scent can get. Move that over a little bit. Ooh, look at that baby. You want to see that up close, you guys? What do you think of that, huh? Look at it glisten. Did you see it? I hope I was holding it at a good height. This one's another especially gooey. Let's try to even get both hands of this shit. Look at that webbing. You see it? Wow. That's the stuff. I don't even know how to describe the smell. It's like almost fruity. You can smell the vegetation. This is a thing that grew out of the goddamn earth. Yeah, no, clown mush, I feel you. I would love to eat this stuff. But it's true, it doesn't taste any good. Maybe if you just have the taste for it. Supposedly all it takes for you to be used to a flavor is that you have it when you're young. So, I don't know, maybe like encourage your little kids to eat pumpkin. I wonder if it, oh, pumpkin curry sounds good. That's the thing. Once you cook it, it's fine. It's really tasty. Like, pumpkin flavor, I love me so... I can't get over... You guys see how dirty my hands are? That feels so nice. Pumpkin flavor is really, really good when you... Obviously, pie, I think, is the go-to for most people. But yeah, I've had it in other foods as well. I had pumpkin soup back when I lived in Canada. And it was incredibly tasty, but it wasn't filling. I don't get filled up by soups. I needed to have like meat with it. I'm just gonna wipe my hands off a bit because this round got particularly gooey. I think I got a little bit too enthralled by the texture and the smell of it. It's really hard not to. It's Violent Roach. The thing is, food pumpkins are not the same as these. Carving pumpkins are a slightly different variety. I don't know what the different types of them are. But it's like apples, that there's like different pumpkins for different purposes. So like pumpkins for eating taste slightly differently. I'm sure you could use this if you wanted. I mean, look at how much meat there is. Like, that is a thick rind. You could probably get you could feed a family with this thing if you really wanted to. pumpkin curry. There's a lot of people talking about pumpkin curry, which I've never had, but I had heard about it before, and I bet it's very good. Okay, let's give this thing one last scraping on the inside. Mainly because there's sometimes a bump at the bottom that you have to get rid of if you want a candle to sit still. But I don't need to spend a lot of time with it, because like I said, I like these strands. That goo is half of what makes it look so good. Oh, I would absolutely do a pumpkin. God damn. Uzumaki King. I wish I could get a pumpkin smoothie. They should be selling that at, like, Jamba Juice. Because I would absolutely snatch it up. I love my frosty drinks. If you ever need to, like, you know, lure me down a darkened alley, get me some kind of blended ice drink. Man. It's when it's fresh, too. They lose the smell after a while. It's the smell of plant brains. I don't know what the equivalent would be if you were trying to compare this to, like, human anatomy. Because a fruit is supposed to be the thing that feeds these seeds. They're the little babies. Little pumpkin babies. It's more like a pumpkin, like, egg sac, I guess. You couldn't even compare it to a placenta. Okay, I don't know. I was going to say I need to clean off my hands, but there's still more seeds in here. A lot of seeds on the floor, too. I'm going to need to clean up after this. Okay, there we go. That's enough. Now I can clean off my hands and get started on an actual face here. Dinosauro gasoline is a stronger smell. I'm impressed you remembered that that's one of my favorite smells, is the smell of gasoline. Because I don't remember the last time I mentioned that. But it's not as strong of a smell. You really got to jam your face in there, which I'm doing right now. I'm sorry. If I let myself enjoy it to the fullest, I think you guys would get creeped out. I'm trying to stay on task here. Oh, right. Yeah, you had a big round face. I didn't really think a lot about what you should look like, so let's try to do that now. You got this little party hat stem. So he's definitely going to be a cheerful little guy. It's curled forward. That makes me think he could be slightly mischievous. But I don't think he's going to be full-on evil. He's kind of naughty. Bunny Scruff goes, "We won't get creeped out. We know you by now." That's probably true for a lot of you guys. What do you want to look like? He's a little bit asymmetrical, so I could give him one eye that's bigger than the other. But I don't want him to look too crazy. That's not what I want with this one. Round eyes for sure. He probably is going to have pupils. He looks like he would be a little bit more cogent than the other one was. That's pretty cool, Space Bakery. Not as much as I used to get. The first Halloween stream, the first pumpkin carving stream that I did, I think I got 3,000 viewers. It was really nuts. But unfortunately, that was the same year that the internet cut out, so I didn't get to actually, like, take advantage of it. Nah, I'm not gonna try shaving. I wanna do my classic pumpkins, where it's just facial features made out of holes. That's my big thing. Okay, so round eyes. Like that. Might as well draw them, because I already know what they should look like. You know what I want to do with you? I know what I want to do with you. That's the stuff. Okay. Up there. I'm going to need to make that rounder. Yeah, this is going to be great. He'll even be slightly spooky. I didn't want him to be too positive. You can make your pumpkins look however you want. But I always like to try to keep in mind that the reason jack-o'-lanterns exist is to ward off evil spirits. And if they don't look a little bit intimidating in some degree, then to me it's not quite right. Duplicate that on this side. Like that. There we go. Boy, am I happy to be carving pumpkins again. I did it last year. I did it. But it's nice to be able to share it all with you guys. I was hoping Dee Dee was going to be able to join me this year, but unfortunately he's still working. Maybe next year. Okay. So there we go already. I think you guys can start to see what I'm going for. And he's going to be really happy looking. You know what? I think these eyes are too big though. I know I said I wasn't going to erase anymore, but I really want to do this guy justice. I can feel the personality in his shape. I don't want to give him the wrong face. So probably something closer to the... I think I can leave the first eyeball, and I just need to replace the second one and make it a little bit smaller. I let myself go asymmetrical with it, like I mentioned to you guys, but I tried to go bigger, and I think I need to go smaller. Needed to give it a second pass. It left a lot of ink on it. There we go. Okay, let's try this again. Smaller eye this time. More like here. There we go. Yeah, that's a lot better. He needed more room for his mouth, I could tell. Yeah, much better. Even the beadier eyes, I think they make him look a little weirder as well. Zeldrick, hi! You probably showed up late. I talked about it earlier. It's just regular old rubbing alcohol and paper towels. I do marker because it's the thing that seems to draw best on the pumpkin skin, but it's hard to wipe off if you make a mistake. And I found that the rubbing alcohol does that just fine. Okay, so you gotta have a smile. You gotta have a classic smile here. I don't know what type of teeth he needs yet. I might even just give him a toothless grin here. Yeah, we're getting there. But I don't know. I want the smile to be simple, but at the same time, how am I going to give him that Halloween edge? No, not a nose. This guy doesn't need a nose. I was telling you guys I don't tend to like giving them noses. It's a very simple face. If I give him... I don't want to give him vampire teeth. I think I may give him little cheeks. Make him somewhat clown-like. That might do it. Yeah, something like that. What else? What else? What would make you just a little bit unnerving? The eyes, I think, already have it. I think it needs to be teeth. He needs to be, like, grinning in a way that you could theoretically misinterpret as, like, he's just a happy little, like, he's a happy little guy. But if you're showing your teeth, you could theoretically mistake that for threatening. Oh, the red guy, going as the red guy is, that's a very easy Halloween costume. And it'll be relevant. I hope you guys have seen Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared by this point. I wouldn't blame you if you hadn't, because I don't think it's legally available outside the UK right now. You're definitely missing something. What am I missing here? You know what it is? I can give you a different mouth. I like this wide smile that I gave him, but it's just not working for me, and I need something different. What I should be doing, I should be drawing these on paper before I draw them on the pumpkin. Because I can't do this trial and error thing like this. I think even in the past, I'm sure you guys probably remember that I didn't do as much erasing with previous pumpkin streams. Yeah, Booster Kiwi, I thought cow and chicken as well when I was reading the comment. And then they said from DMHS, don't hug me, I'm scared. DHMIS. And I was like, oh yeah, they do have the same name. You could go as Red Guy from Cow and Chicken. That would be just as appropriate. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Excuse to go butt naked in the street. You'd think streaking would happen more often on Halloween, wouldn't you? Okay. Alright, that's fine. We'll clean up the rest afterwards, because I'm going to need to do that anyway. Okay. Yeah. That's right. I wanted to do, like... Yeah, I think that'll work a lot better. I can even keep the, like, cute little cheeks idea. But a weird mouth shape, I think, is a pretty classic way to make an expression feel kind of weird. I feel like I still may want to give him some teeth. think. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. I knew I could get it. I got this. Although, I need to make the opening a little wider. I wanted it to make it look like he's laughing. And right now he's just grinning. Which is just fine. But like I said, I need to give him that slight bit of intensity. Yeah, there we go. What do you guys think? Is that alright? He's got like very, very big teeth. Okay. Now, is there anything else? I want to give him eyelashes. No. That's too normal. Down here, eyelashes. There you go. I really like bottom eyelashes. I'm not sure why. I just find them a lot more interesting. But then again, he doesn't look quite as happy with down eyelashes. Maybe that's why I like them. I could just give him random eyelashes, just like all over the fucking place. That might make him look stitchy, which is not really what I'm going for. I like it. I think it makes him look a little bit more manic. There you go. I think his personality still comes through. You can still tell he's like happy-go-lucky. But he'll probably get you killed with his antics because he doesn't care about life and death. He's a pumpkin. What does he have to care? Okay. I need another pillow. My butt's starting to hurt, so give me 1 sec here. I know I've got one nearby. Gums are a good idea. You know what? I probably won't do gums because I think it would be a little bit too hard to get the detail to look exactly right. But what I will keep in mind is for one of these pumpkins, I should try to do skeleton teeth. I should try to do really like lipless, a really lipless grimace. Yeah, there we go. Go. Luckily, these eyes are going to be ridiculously easy to carve. They're very simple shapes. I need to eat dinner soon. I can feel my blood sugar dropping. And I'm only halfway through with the stream. We've still got a lot to go here. I'm not even sure if the beef I took out is defrosted yet. Dinner talk. This is a Halloween stream, Julian. What are you doing? What was the context, Radagast? I'd be curious. Happy-go-lucky. Probably just because it was overused. But maybe if I was more specific. Oh, that one cut way too quickly. This pumpkin, for whatever reason, He's not putting up much of a fight with my, against the blade. It's cutting through him like butter, which I'm not used to. I'm used to having to fight a little bit longer to get the cuts how I want. I guess he's just got a particularly soft rind. Kind of makes sense, considering. Thank you, Zeddy. I'll assume that you're also looking fabulous. Just this once, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But you better make sure to clean yourself up next time. There we go. Just finish the circle. Nobody cares. There we go. Yeah. All the shit is just falling right out. I don't have to argue with him whatsoever. Thank you, Pumpkin, for being so cooperative. This one's a bit tough. There we go. Just to get the angle quite right. Thank you to everybody who's been donating. I've seen them on my phone, but I can't read them just yet. Maybe I'll do that after this, Pumpkin. I'll read through the donations I've got so far. And then maybe I'll stop for a snack. Just like old times. I don't want to have to. I want to keep this going, but I know I'm going to have a bad time if I don't pay attention to my blood sugar. I'll start messing up and I'll probably get in a bad mood. There we go. Oops. Whoa. It's not what I meant to do, but it looked kind of nice. Yeah, I guess so, Caitlin. He's just asking if I'll put a BRB screen on. Just because I'll probably be away for like 5 minutes, maybe slightly more than that. I won't want to go away for like a full 15. Because I want to keep this party rolling. There we go. I am very happy with how you turned out. Some little happy accidents in this one, which I'm perfectly alright with. It's how you get the best creative decisions sometimes. I'm kind of hamming it up a bit, of course, by talking about like finding the inner pumpkin and everything. But in essence, what I'm talking about is that kind of thing. You try to look for little unexpected things that you can take advantage of, get some inspiration and be like, oh, that looks a lot better than even I planned it. Let's work with that. I try to do that in general with my art, but as I've been saying for hours, right? The best time for that kind of thing is Halloween. Halloween is the messiest of holidays. Kind of by design. Yeah, very interesting, this pumpkin. I think you can kind of see, you guys, as you're like looking into the hole, that the strands are very they're really small and crumbly, unlike the other ones. I wonder what's different about this guy that makes him look like that. Oh, have fun badly with a 4. They live in Australia, so they're already having their Halloween. I am really sorry to everybody that Halloween lands on a Monday this year. That's like the most unfun day that a Halloween could possibly land on. It shouldn't be allowed. Halloween should always be on a weekend. There we go. Get up. There you go. You know what I just realized? I hope Twitch backed up this entire stream because I forgot to hit record. I usually try to archive all my streams for my own personal records. But I forgot. I think it'll be okay. Unlike normally, I actually have the music playing so that you guys can hear the today. So it won't be any different from the usual archived ones. There you go. I wish I could be something for Halloween Moon. Like I said, I have kind of given up on the idea of dressing up for Halloween because I never have the money or time to do it. I was so sure the last time I tried to dress up for no, that's not true. I did dress up the year after that. That was when I did Audrey 2. But the year before that, I wanted to go as Porky from the Mother series. And I was like, oh, it'll be so easy. All I need is a pair of overalls and a t-shirt. And I couldn't fucking find a pair of overalls. No matter where I looked. I went to like every thrift store that I could that year. And nobody had overalls. And that was kind of the year. Yes, I did dress up the year after that. But that was the year that made me be like, this shit never works out. I'm not even going to bother. That was the year I was homeless, so I couldn't have afforded to, like, buy a brand new pair of overalls or something. I don't know who's going to sell overalls anyway. Like, I doubt you can get that kind of thing at the Walmart. I guess I needed a wig. The wig would have been a little bit harder to procure. I don't remember where I looked. It might have been that I gave up after not finding the overalls, that I was already like, yeah, if I can't find overalls, I'm not going to be able to get a wig. Come on, get in there. Ah! That's a ticket. Last year, Dee Dee and I were talking about dressing up as 21 and 24. And then I think we just got waylaid by all of the Halloween, all the stream stuff that we were working on. Because the same thing happened again this year. And we started 2 months ahead of time this year. I was sure that was going to be enough time, and we're still like down to the wire. We started working on the Halloween stream back in September. And it just goes to show how much work that kind of thing is. Now, I gotta do the mouth. And you're almost done, mister. You'll get a lollipop for your troubles. That's fine. I was just wondering to myself whether this knife is too big, but there's a big enough cut that I need to make here anyway. There we go. Okay, and then the other tooth is way the fuck down here. He's got some wacky little SpongeBob teeth here. Ooh. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I think I made the right decision with this mouth. That's like slightly unsettling. I gave him just enough space between his teeth that you're like, why is your mouth open that wide? Here, I'll show you guys in a sec. Let me just get this one tooth. There you go. But I think you can see what I'm talking about here. Just slightly disconcerting is all I want out of this guy. Maybe someday Bandaflute. It's not terribly... He was asking about my VHS tapes. Which I do collect them, but it's not a particularly impressive collection yet. I need a bigger shelf because I'm starting to get too many to fit on the shelf. But it's not really like... I think you can kind of guess like, oh, what? Like mostly Disney stuff? And I'd be like, yeah. I have an animation shelf. I have a horror shelf. There's a video game shelf, which is mostly stuff that Dee got. His like promotional, like Toys R Us tapes and stuff like that. And then smaller, like just kind of general live action movie shelf. There's a shelf that's specifically just anime. There's a shelf that's all like... I don't know what you would refer to them as, but, you know, blank tapes that, like, personally recorded tapes. Those are probably my favorite out of the collection. I really like just shit that people recorded, like, on their own. One of them is a home movie that I think I've told you guys about before. That I found in the gutter of an old apartment that I used to live at years and years ago, that it was in the gutter and it said something like, "Your daddy loves you," or something like that, and I watched it. And it's a guy in a business meeting. Like, he's up at the front of the room and he's just talking about business stuff. So it's interesting that apparently this was like of sentimental value for somebody, but then they threw it away anyway. I don't know. So stuff like that. That's my favorite junk, but I don't have a whole ton of it and I would like to get more. But apart from that, like, I have a friend who used to record TV back in the old days, and he was sending me a lot of those tapes. Dee Dee and I ordered some of them. We went on eBay looking for, like, recordings that people were selling. But unfortunately, that's the sort of thing that you're probably going to have to go to, you know, like a yard sale for or something. A car boot sale for those across the pond. Alright. There we go. Come on. There we go. Yeah, perfect. I was a little worried for a second. I thought I broke it. I would have Evil Toons Dead Venturer, but I don't think I would watch it because it's not a very good movie. Now everybody knows because they just did it on Best of the Worst, but I had already known because I like my erotic stuff and I like my cartoons, so obviously combining the two, that ought to be like perfect Julian bait, right? Except the movie sucks. I would still have it though, for that reason, I think. Kind of like a sense of obligation. But yeah, now everybody else knows about it. Now I don't know. Maybe people will stop thinking it's good. I've never seen A Monster in Paris. I'll give it a shot one day because it's one of those movies that's always on streaming services. I always see it on like Netflix or whatever. And I've never watched it, so I'll have to give it a shot one of these days. I used to, I think you guys even remember that I used to purposefully watch every single animated thing. And then I kind of got to a point where I was like, this is all garbage, I don't want to see it anymore. Which is true, but at the same time, it's going to wall me off from a lot of stuff that I might actually like. So I need to just go ahead and take the risk of maybe watching a movie that's not going to be very good. Like I said, I can be a bit of a snob about that kind of thing. I get like legitimately angry at bad movies, which is it's not a problem that I've ever seen anybody else have. It seems to be only me that does that. Okay, that's going to be a little bit harder, but I think it's the only thing left to do. I'm going to hollow out some more holes here. I wonder if, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. Because I was worried that the shape of this mouth wouldn't be defined enough. But if I forego this tooth on the edge and just get to the actual mouth, like the cheek shape. I think that'll give me the look that I want. Uh-oh, I gotta be careful, it's starting to break. This is what I was talking about you need to have supports in mind when you do this kind of thing. Because it can fall apart very easily. This pumpkin I'm probably the most worried about lasting until tomorrow night. I really hope it doesn't droop into being unrecognizable. I think you can see it's broken right here, which is not very good. It's a bit of a delicate spot. Caitlin, I don't know for sure because it's going to come down to whether the videos are rendered on time. But I think Pacific 1 o'clock is when he's planning on going. Please don't take that as a confirmed schedule. Because like I said, it's going to come down to whether or not the videos are all done rendering when it's time to go. But that was when Ding Dong was planning on doing it. Oh, that's too bad, Crunchy. I have a distinct memory of seeing Paranorman for the first time, and it was a really good time. I was with my mom. It was one of the last pleasant memories I had of my mom. We had dropped my little brother off at school, and for whatever reason, I couldn't go home that day. I had to stick around with her while she did errands. But in the shopping center that we were at just a little strip mall. It wasn't like a fancy place or anything. It was just a little tiny strip mall with a little tiny independent theater. One of those places that they only have one screen. And they were showing Paranorman, and I was like, hey, this is that Leica movie. I wanted to see this one. It looks good. And we watched it, and it was good. And it was that's probably the ideal. It opens up with the 70s feature presentation thing. I think they're trying to put you in mind of the old horror cinema sort of feel. And so it felt incredibly appropriate to be watching that movie in that particular setting. It was a really nice time. Interesting that you're talking about being young enough to be scared by it. And I was already out of high school by that point. Okay, so this face is done. I'll show you guys real quick. You can see what I was talking about with the mouth there, I think. And I'm just going to clean it up, and then I'll stop, have a quick snack break. It'll be just like 5 minutes or so. And then we'll keep going. My arms are starting to get tired from all this sawing already. There we go. That cleaned up pretty easily. Yeah, there we go. He's very dirty because I had to erase those eyeballs before. But, you know, like I said, happy accidents. I'll just have to live with a slightly sooty looking pumpkin. And it's not the worst thing. There you go. Final version. He's all cleaned up now. And I think you can see how he looks. You know what? Yes, I might use toothpicks as supports. That's probably a good idea. Oh, your lid's right here. And with that, I'm going to get up for a few minutes. I'll see you guys in just a second. Promise I won't be too long. Oh, you know what I said I was going to do first, though? Let me read donations. I really wish I didn't have to, like, look at the screen over here. I should be looking at you guys. Let me go ahead and pull that up, though. 1 second. Okay. You're just getting in, waiting. Oh, I think I pressed the wrong thing, that's why. I was sitting here waiting for it to load, and I think it was just... It was like, you've already got Streamlabs open. I'll take this opportunity to pick up some of these seeds on the floor. Okay, is it open? Yes, it is. Okay, good. Let me go and read that real quick. Okay. So, what have we got? Oh, are you broken? What's going on here? Well, you know what? While I wait for that, I'll go ahead and go get my snack, and then I'll come back and do the rest of the pumpkin. So let me go ahead and put this on BRB for a bit. And I'll be back in a sec.
tonight be mine. When the moon has gone in the blue dawn, and we go wandering apart, darling, I'll be dreaming of this moment with a strange enchantment in my heart.
There we go. I figured you guys would appreciate seeing what I was going to eat. It's nice and, seasonally appropriate. I actually meant to, because I know last year for the story reading, I was eating out of my box of Count Chocula. I was going to do the same thing this year, but I forgot. But at least you guys get to see it now. At least we can just spend a couple minutes chatting while I refuel. That'll do. Oh man, ruins the shot, but I can at least, I figured out I couldn't get Streamlabs to open. Maybe it's working now. Wasn't working earlier, but then I remembered OBS also has a little console for viewing donations, so I can read stuff from there. So give me one sec. I'll reposition. What? Okay, so let me see here. Can you guys hear me? I'll just point the stupid microphone so that you can hear me. There we go. Okay. Oh, easy, Uzumaki King. Thank you for the $5. He was asking how you do the fake bong sound. I'll show you right now because I got this milk I can do it with. Give me one sec here. You'll get some liquid in your mouth and you hold it under your tongue. Suck in the air. Just go. Like that. That's very easy. Don't choke, for the love of God. Don't drown yourself trying to make a fake bong sound. But very easy. Just hold the liquid in your mouth and you suck in air and it makes it ripple like that. Your boy Steve. I'm not going to say that again without a full mouth. Sorry about that. Spectacular, Davey. He goes, that's how Ben drowned. Good Halloween joke. Okay. Next is your boy Teagues. He gave $15. Thank you very much, your boy Teagues. He says, Halloween stream! Happy Halloween, everyone! Oh, I went as Big Man to a Halloween party, and that was the hardest shit to make. Hope you're having a great Halloween and had fun on your trip. This is so fun, and I'm so happy I can be a part of it this year. Big Man is a good costume. I can't even picture how you did it. I bet nobody recognized it either, but it's a good idea. Crunchyzo, they super chatted. Thank you very kindly for $4.99. Take my money. Happy Halloween, everyone. Hope you guys get the most delicious candies. We did. I've been eating out of the big bag of candies. I told you, we have all the, is it even on camera? You can barely see it behind the pumpkin carving tools. There's the big bowl of Japanese candy, and then we also had backup, like just regular old American, like fun-size Snickers and junk like that, and we've been eating that. Which is nice. It comes with a bunch of 100 grands, and I like 100 grands. Those are really good. Easy E Honda, how's it going? Easy E Honda tipped $15 and said, streamer maims innocent pumpkins on stream and gouges their eyes out. Happy Halloween, Julian. Happy Halloween, Easy Honda. Aphrodicus, welcome back, Aphrodicus. I haven't seen you around in a while. Thank you for the $2. Cookie, they tipped $1 and they said, hi, hope you're doing well. What's the hardest thing you've ever carved before? I guess if we're talking about specifically pumpkins, then if they have scar tissue, that's really hard to cut through because I don't know why it just gets really hard. But I guess if you're trying to think of like, I guess a turkey. I don't really know how to carve a turkey, and cutting through all those bones and stuff didn't really work out. I'm really thinking, what's like something wackier that I could have carved through? I was like, there was that time I had the goat head, but I didn't actually cut. We kind of did. I needed the jaw to open up harder, and I had to cut through the cheek muscles, and that was really, really tough. But I don't know if you count that as carving. That might just be cutting. I'm trying to think. There's got to be something wackier than that, but it's not coming to mind. Oh well. Let's see what else here. I just watched that episode earlier. Ambp. Uzumaki King. Oh no. He gave $5.50 and he said, Julian, Moto from Madagascar 2 walks up to you and his song starts. Oh no. I'd be upset because I don't want to think I'm that fat. He walks up to you and his song starts playing and he gives you those eyes. How do you react? Ugh. It's not ideal. I'd probably still do it. I guess hopefully he could introduce me to some of his friends or something like that, but let's just go with it, I guess. Alana Spur has super chatted. Thank you, Alana. A lot of super chats today, a lot more than usual. They gave $2 Australian, or maybe, yeah, probably Australian. It's an A. Happy Halloween from Aus. Hope it's a rad one. Yeah, me too. It hasn't started yet. I still have 3 hours before Halloween. Bumblebee Boo Boo has tipped $1. Ghouls! Specters! Pumpkins? Always love catching these streams. Can't wait to see the finished pumpkin. Won't be too much longer. Let me finish eating my cereal. It's gonna get soggy because I've been yapping. Too bad. Flip Cyborg super chatted and he said, I'd buy a hoodie, but I gotta save money, so I'll support you this way for now. I appreciate it, Flipped. Thank you anyway. For anyone else, if people are just tuning in, Dee Dee and I are selling hoodies this year. We're selling some Halloween hoodies that are glow in the dark. I made a real spooky design that I hope you guys like. If you're interested in checking them out, go to dingdongvg.com and put in the code Ghost Pumpkin Soup for the as a discount code, and you'll get a discount. Time's running out. It's almost Halloween, and you can't buy Halloween stuff after Halloween besides candy. Okay. Arno Dorian, they donated $4.99 and they said, your laugh brings me happiness. I hope you get to hear it for a long time. I hope I don't die anytime soon. People always treat me weird for saying that kind of thing, but it's Halloween now, so I'm allowed. Goopy Jasper used 1,000 bits. Thank you, Goopy. And they said, I must leave. Goodbye, Julian and everyone. Too bad. I'm sorry I didn't get to say goodbye. Uzumaki King gave another $5. I don't know why he would do it so many times, but they said, hey, you're handsome and a good pumpkin carver. And that's all this junk. I'd be totally fine with my face if it weren't for all this. Oh my god. Dead Venturer tipped $1 and said, boo! Goopy Jasper used 100 bits and said, cheer 100 Henlo. Oh, all the greetings. Thank you both. Jammy used 45 bits and said, recently I finished the book Frankenstein and I had a fun time. Even I didn't finish Frankenstein and we listened to it on stream last year. I know how it ends. Goopy Jasper resubscribed and they said, hello Julian, hey Goopy, hope you're doing okay. Braves Games gifted a sub to both Werema and Sparkle Cat, which is pretty handy. They're the friends and moderators of this stream, so they need to be they need to have a reason to stick around. Misfit Meraki tipped $1 and said the day of spooky pumpkins is rolling on in. It sure is. I want to get back to them, so let me eat a little bit more. Hopefully there's not too much more to read. JW gave 950 bits. A fun number. I like that one. They said your pumpkin carving soundtrack is top notch. Thank you. I didn't pick those songs. I didn't make those songs, but I would hope that would be obvious to you guys. Lord help you if you couldn't tell. You thought I made that music. It's just I'll go and find it on YouTube. It's right here. 13 vintage Halloween songs from the 1910s, 20s, and 30s full song party playlist. Uploaded by History Tea Time with Lindsay Holiday. This is always the one I go back to. Whenever I need a Halloween playlist, I just slap that one on. And I've been doing it on every Halloween stream for like the past 4 years or however long it's been. But you can listen to it too if you want. Lisa, it's her birthday. Welcome back. They gave $10 and they said, I hope that none of your trick-or-treaters trick you tomorrow. Me too. We've had good luck so far. We haven't had any tricks. There was one time where some of the pumpkins got like pulled out into the street and run over. And at first I thought it was kids. But since then I've come to realize it's probably animals. They probably came by to eat the pumpkins and like, you know, drag them off. Because those kids, they trick or treat incredibly early. It would be like 4 or 5 in the afternoon. And we don't have enough kids because, like I said, we live out in the middle of nowhere. We don't have enough kids around to like keep coming through all hours of the night. It's basically 2 groups of kids come by. And that's kind of that. Let me see here. What else? Glog Bob, welcome back, Glog Bob. They tipped $15 and they said money for the tiny hat. Thank you, Glog. $15. That's like, I guess my hat demands a pretty penny. Oh my God, Cynthia Drangus. What a name. They resubscribed and they said Happy Halloween. Tater Tits, welcome back, Tater Tits. They super chatted $4.99, and they say, I knew you'd rock that pompadour. Happy Halloween. I do. I've done it every year. Where's my hair? I haven't gotten any foxes, or at least I haven't seen foxes, Dingalo, but we get coyotes sometimes. They stole my burger once. Frosty Foster resubscribed. Welcome back, Frosty. They said, give these pumps some wide, wiggly mouths. I wanted to for the other one. I wasn't feeling it, so hopefully there's room for another one. Like I said, I wanted to do skeleton teeth. I really hope I can do that. But we'll see. There's only 2 pumpkins left, so I don't know if we're going to have time for them. Boo! Wig Skeleton tipped $5 and said Happy Hallows Eve, and also to you. Yo, it's Caitlin used 50 bits, and they said Happy Spookoween, you too. Yo, it's Caitlin. Thank you very much for them bits. JW used 100 bits, and they said tired kind of pumpkin face. Kind of like the one I did. I think the first one. These are from 2 hours ago, so that's probably around the time that I started. Oh yeah, Flug! Wendell and Wild is out now, isn't it? I totally forgot. We saw it at a friend's house. They happened to have it, and we got to see it, and it was fun. I liked it. I could go into deeper thoughts with it. I'll save that for the Tuesday stream. Let's see. Metal Zero resubscribed. Thank you very much, Metal. So did Molten Candle Crab. And it looks like that might be it. No, Brewer said a happy Halloween to you and Dee Dee. I can't wait to see what you guys have in store tomorrow. Me neither. I'm excited to see it all come together because obviously when you're in the thick of creating it, you don't really have an objective viewpoint. You're kind of just like, okay, what do I got to do to get this thing done? And so I'm excited to see it all come together in its finalized form. JW gifted a whole bunch of subs, so everybody who got one, please be sure to thank them. And now we're all cut up. Okay. I'll get back to work now, but give me 1 second. I'm thirsty, and I want a drink, so I'm going to go grab one. Oh, almost forgot I got to put my food away. Okay, sorry for that. Let's keep this party rolling. Okay, what pumpkin is next? Oh, you're the biggest one. Let's go ahead and do you. This one's gonna be a lot of work. Yeah, I can tell. You're gonna be a fighter, aren't you? Whoa! Look at that thing. It's probably bigger than my old torch. Well, maybe not my belly. Ooh. Oh boy. It's got some warts. That could be fun to work with. I actually rather like. You guys couldn't see, but he's got like a big dent here. He's got these warts. I think that's where I would want to put his face. And classic curved stem. Very nice. So you're going to be probably, I think especially with all these deformities, you're the one that's going to have the skeleton teeth. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Let's begin. If you're not careful carving out the lid, you got to do it at a slant, sort of like you can see I'm doing right here, because otherwise it'll just fall inside the pumpkin. Some people do just leave their pumpkins lidless, but personally it's a little bit distracting for me. It takes like when you see the light coming out of the top, you focus a little less on the face, and the face is the important part to me. That's the ticket. Whoa, there we go. You guys can probably tell it's starting to get later in the night. And if you come to my regular weekday streams, you'll probably know that this is about the time of night where I start to lose my energy. So I apologize if I'm not going to be quite as boisterous as I was at the beginning of the stream. But that's okay. As it gets later in the evening, it gets spookier. That's the witching hour, right? There we go. Let's see if I want. Here's what it's looking like. Still need to carve out a little vent. There we go. Come on. Out you come. Out you come. Do it. There you go. Oh my god, it flew across the room. Okay. Once again, time to get my hands dirty. Yeah, look at all that jump. You smell good in there, don't you? I apologize for all the sniffing, but I gotta get it in. Just because I'm in front of hundreds of people, I'm not passing up on my chance. My one chance throughout the entire year to smell pumpkin guts. This one is a little bit drier. It's not quite as gooey in there. I guess because it's so big. Maybe it has to use all that moisture to grow or something. Oh shit, I also just realized I forgot to move the microphone. Sorry about that. I probably got really quiet for a second. I'll just wipe off my hands. I want to get pumpkin guts in the microphone I use every day. Okay. Alright, come on. The wire got tangled. That ought to do it. Somebody was earlier bringing up that they could hear me scraping all the pumpkin guts. And I wouldn't want to deprive you fellas of that. Hey, happy Halloween, Grimyard. He said it just turned midnight for him. Yeah, you got it, Bobo. Gegege no Kitaro. It is fun. My personal favorite iteration because it's one of those Japanese properties that's old enough that it has like a million different adaptations. My favorite one was the one they did in 2008 that was like a little bit edgier than normal. It's kind of turned into a child-friendly property over the years. But obviously, I like when things can get more ghoulish than that. Where is... Oh, there it is. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised you haven't heard of it. It's very Japanese. It's about, yokai, which is just Japanese monsters and ghosts and stuff like that, spooky stuff. But because of that, we here in America, we don't tend to get very much yokai stuff. We only barely know about Yokai Watch. Did it get an official sub, or dub rather? Did it get an official dub? I almost said it again. Like, did it get translated into English at all? It's the sort of thing that usually they don't bother because it's so Japanese that they're like, nobody's going to understand this. Oh, Lisa, it's your birthday says it was dubbed by Disney. Well, there you go. Disney also did, they did all of the, I shouldn't say all of them because there were some from before then, but Disney usually is the one that to want to do the translations for Studio Ghibli movies. And if you're not sure about Japanese yokai, you could probably check out Pompoko for that, because they have a lot of emphasis on yokai in that one, which is very fun. I love that kind of thing. I love ghosts and spooks of all nations. The Japanese ones are an awful lot of fun. No, Dee Dee's been working all day today. You're probably thinking about Ghost Stories, Macaroni. I hear people mention that one a lot. It could be any, like, they have a lot of anime about ghosts. I actually just started watching Digimon Ghost Game yesterday. It wasn't terribly good so far, but I'm not that far in. I'm only a couple of episodes. But anyway, yeah, they do that kind of thing a lot. So I don't necessarily know what you're talking about, but since you said very funny, I'm assuming that you're talking about Ghost Stories. Pikachu? I don't remember what it's called. I think there actually is one. It's not an official Ghostbusters anime, but it's an anime that you can tell they're imitating the real Ghostbusters. They're trying to do the, like, overly exaggerated, like, caricature style for the characters. The ghosts are all, like, very, like, hyper detailed. So you could kind of get your fix there if you wanted. I don't remember what it's called, though. You'd have to look it up. Dee Dee knows. He was the one who showed it to me. So you'll probably have to ask him one of these days. Okay, I think, yeah, I've mostly got everything in there. Give me one sec to clean off my hands. As much as I like having the goo coating me, I don't want the knife to slip out of my hand and impale my eye. Would not be very... I guess I was going to say it wouldn't be very festive, and then I was like, we're talking about Halloween. Yeah, sorry I don't remember the name of it, guys. I can see folks are trying to guess, but unfortunately I wouldn't be able to confirm or deny. Okay, my pants are filthy. We can get started. Oh my gosh. This is the part where I start to complain. My shoulders are getting pretty tired. And I still have more editing to do later tonight. Oh, right. Okay. I wanted to give you the teeth. What kind of eyes am I going to give you? Could I do no eyes? I don't think I've ever done a pumpkin with no eyes before. Could work. I'm trying to picture it in my head. Problem is, without eyes, if it's just the teeth, it's not quite enough detail. I need a little bit more than that. Maybe a single eye? I don't think I've ever done that before. It feels kind of unsatisfying. I don't think that's going to work. I did stitched eyes a couple of years ago. I don't want to do that again so soon. You know what I should do? Maybe starting next year, if I do another, I'm sure I'll do another pumpkin carving stream. I should have like a slideshow in the corner to show all of the pumpkins that I've made over the years, because I always keep photos of all of them. And it's probably been about 10 years that I've been cataloging them all, so that should be plenty of pumpkins to work with. What kind of eyes do you want? This is going to be a pretty scary one. I guess I might as well start by putting in the teeth, and then I'll put in the eyes afterwards. So this one is going to be very, very easy to draw, because I can make the teeth look as messy as I want for this one. I feel like I should have thought of this sooner. I've never done a pumpkin with teeth like this, even though it's a very, very obvious style to do. Oh yeah, that's a great one. Yeah. Yeah. It's Muttley, I guess. There you go. I think you guys can see what I'm sort of going for. What kind of eyes do you want? You need to be quite fearsome. Interesting. I thought about putting, yeah, I think that's honestly what I'm feeling. Okay. What kind, though? Triangles? I want to make small eyes. I don't usually do this, but I think it works well for that wide smile. Okay. That's pretty good. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry I burped in the middle of that one. But I've got this exactly where I want it. And I give it just a little bit. No. Almost had it. I was almost perfect, but I messed it up with the nose. Oh, this is going to be such a good pumpkin. I like him a lot already. I feel like he should have a nose, but not a nose like this. Yeah, he looks better than that. There we go, that one. I might have gotten it just out of the smudge. Yes! Yes. That's the ticket. Oh my god. Look, you guys are gonna... you're not gonna think this is as good as I like it, but I am really happy with this face. I think this is the most ideal face I could have gotten out of this guy. He looks particularly monstrous, I feel. It's gonna be a little bit harder than the others because I made so many little holes. So I might need to use the smaller knife, which requires a little bit more effort. But I think it will be worth it. I gotta poo. This is the problem. I'm gonna have to go on BRB. Apologies, because I know I lose a lot of people whenever I go on BRB, but I'm gonna need to. So, you know what? While I go, I'm gonna leave the pumpkin here so that you guys can look at it. I'm also going to get the others. That way it won't be quite as boring. There we go. All right. See you guys in just a few minutes. Sorry about this.
Strange enchantment fills the moonrise. There's a breeze like sandalwood and wine. Strange enchantment lies in your eyes, saying please, oh please tonight be mine. When the moon has gone in the blue dawn, and we go wandering apart, darling, I'll be dreaming of this moment with a strange enchantment in my heart.
It's the ghost of the St. Louis Blues, and it follows me around just like a thief in the dark. Heart, here is now. It's just like a piece of bad news. When midnight shadows fall, I hear that ghost music moan. It means the end of things to hear 1,000 saxophones sub and moan to that tune that I never can lose. Oh, it's everywhere, the ghost of the St. Louis Blues. The ghost of the St. Louis Blues, and it follows me around just like a thief in the dark. Heart, here is now, it's the ghost of the St. Louis Blues. Blow that honing string, it's just like a piece of bad news. When midnight shadows fall, I hear that ghostly music moan. It means the end of sleep to hear 1,000 saxophones sub and moan to that tune that I never can lose. For it's everywhere, the ghost of the St. Louis Blues.
Alrighty, sorry to keep you guys waiting. Oh, right, I have to move these. Okay. What do you guys eat? And this one, there we go. Burger. There we go. Okay. Microphone's off. You guys can hear me? We're all good? Looks like it's okay. I am real. It's true. Okay. Yes, they can hear. Alrighty. Let's get back into it and give this monstrosity life. What do you guys want to talk about now? Like I said, this is kind of the point in the night where I'm losing my energy. I'm not going to be quite as bouncy as I was earlier. So I require a bit of a jumping off point. There we go. Come on. And like I said, this tiny knife, good for detailing, but it takes a lot more work to saw. There we go. Cats is fine. It's got plenty of room. There we go. Yeah, I mean, more or less Alana Spur. That's kind of what it's like. It might not look that way, but it does take a lot out of me to, like, talk this constantly. I tend to be very quiet if left to my own devices. I prefer to listen rather than to talk. There we go. Obviously, I can't really listen to you guys. Maybe if I had a... oh god, it would be so annoying. I was going to say if I had one of those text-to-speech things that just reads the chat for me, and then I was like, oh god, it would get crazy annoying to listen to. Because messages tend to come in faster than I can respond to them anyway. Whenever I answer one, I have to skip over like 15 others. Thank you guys for not getting mad about it. I have occasionally, when I did commission streams, I would get people that would they would get really pissy if you didn't acknowledge everything that they said. I remember this one guy was like, well, I guess I'm just not welcome here. And I'm like, I didn't even know you were here. But I don't think I've ever had that from Twitch. At least as far as I remember. Yeah, I don't know, Zelkier. They're saying I don't know what it is about commissions that make people act crazy. People on the internet can be really weird about getting stuff, I guess. They can be weird in plenty of other cases. Dee Dee and I have been talking a lot this year about how people do get weird here, it's just not in that particular way. Thank you guys for not being weird tonight. And if there was weirdness, then Wirma, thank you for getting rid of it. I appreciate it. Have you had any problems? I didn't see anything, but I also have been carving pumpkins. I haven't been watching the chat all night. Cool. Fantastic. Wirma says it's been calm tonight. Fingers crossed. Let's hope that folks stay cool at Ding Dong stream. That would be the ultimate kicker. That would really make it a happy Halloween for me if I didn't have to worry about that tomorrow. I mean, yeah, weirdness. Yeah, we could talk about like the semantics of that word. Yeah, weirdness. I do like weirdness, but there's a specific type of weirdness. I don't know. Maybe we could try to figure out, because it's not like I'm talking about anything else, right? We could try to figure out a better word for it. Weirdness, where I'm like, why are you this way? How do you live your life? How do you function as a human being? That all you have to do is to go around trolling people or whatever. It doesn't even... sometimes it's not even necessarily trolling. That might be a little bit, like, spurious to say. A lot of the times, I think that's maybe why I would want to call it weirdness, where it's just, like, people who grew up with absolutely no social interaction, and they only talk like they've seen people talk on the intranets. And then they come around and make problems for you because they're so, like, maladjusted. I think that's the kind of weirdness I'm talking about. Where they don't even necessarily mean to do anything wrong. They're just kind of, like, incidentally assholes. We get a lot of that sometimes. I don't know what word you would call that. Buff weeaboo, that's fine. That's perfect. I am from the generation just before internet. And so I'm still very tied to like the etiquette of what existing in the real world used to be, which is like not really a thing anymore. I feel like a fossil sometimes in that way. Hopefully, I don't know if that reads, but that like it's an expression that you're old and out of touch. You're not keeping up with the young folks. Doesn't make me feel bad about myself for being uncool. It just makes me be like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? You've been good so far, Lisa. You've been one of the people that were always like, oh, thank God they're here. It's surprising to me to hear you say that you feel like awkward. Because my impression of you has always been like, oh, thank God it's a fucking normal person. To describe a person as normal is a very dangerous thing, and I try not to do it when I can help it. But the problem is, it's a thing that's ingrained into how people think and act. The human brain needs a baseline for what's considered normal, even if that's not really like a thing that exists in reality outside of human perception. But that's generally what I think. That I'm like, thank God this person isn't gonna make problems. Candle Crab, I don't remember ever having problems with you. I'm not going to review all of you in turn. I have a pumpkin to carve. Besides, this is a bit more of like normal stream conversation. It's the kind of thing we would talk about if it was a Tuesday afternoon. I gotta try to think of like, what are Halloween things to talk about? What do I talk about otherwise? We did horror movies. I talked about like candy plans. Oh, hot damn, this pumpkin looks so good already. I'll show you guys, because you should be able to see me carving things, but I think you can see the holes already are making it look like really, like, I've said ghoulish too many times this stream, but like gross, uncomfortable. That's what I want. I needed at least one. The last two were not terribly, like, evil looking or, like, scary. And this one, I was like, I need to go balls to the wall. Like, this is a real monstrosity here. This is probably as scary as you can get by just carving simple holes in a pumpkin. To try to make it look really, like, malformed. That's an interesting thing I could talk about. And we did just talk about the subject of, like, what's considered normal. But I need a word for, like, that, like, there's a deranged sort of feeling that you get from bad art. And I think you guys could tell when I drew this pumpkin, when I drew his face, that I was kind of going intentionally scribbly with it. That I was, like, not really trying to make actual shapes. That I was just kind of letting the pen wander. That's one of my favorite aesthetics, although I don't know how I would describe it. I don't know what you would call it, but the idea of, like, that there's, like, kind of like a deep instinctual feeling of, that it's triggering that like, uncanny part of your brain that's like, this is not normal, this is not how people should behave. And it's really, really fun to, like, tickle that part of the brain. Specifically with what I was talking about was this kind of messy look that you get, that sort of unease from a thing not being drawn properly or crafted properly. I mean, that's an example. It's an interesting example. Snoopy Robot says, "I like the Ratman art in Portal." Yeah, that counts. That's definitely like what I'm talking about. It's an interesting specific that you jump to. But yeah, I think you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I don't really see anybody else just like coming up with a term for it. Somebody brought up the idea of outsider art, and that's definitely like, I think that can count, but I wouldn't necessarily say that like outsider art is inherently creepy. It can be. When you don't know how to draw, you can end up making like really uncomfortable looking faces. I was talking about it with Ding Dong recently. We were looking at Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, the Stephen Gammell's art from it. And I forget what we were saying, but it was something along the lines of like that one of us said like, "Do you think he could even do like a normal picture?" And I don't know, maybe he's like done published work that's more normal looking, but I get the impression that the reason Stephen Gammell's work is so creepy, it feels like he might not have technical drawing skill. Which is just fine, because he came up with some amazing work. But I wonder if it comes from literally he doesn't know how to draw an actual human face, and that's why they always look like hideous and scary. It could entirely be the case. I would need to check. Booster Kiwi, that's definitely what I aimed to do when I was training in art. I definitely came at things from the perspective of like, you need to understand the laws. You need to understand what's expected of you for quote unquote normal art before you can fuck around and try to like do things weird. But if that would be the case with somebody like Stephen Gammell, and I'm sure there's lots of other artists who do that they just start drawing, and because they don't really know how it comes... Oh, fuck, I fucked up. It comes out, like, creepier. But I bet it could work that way. I'm very jealous of people like that. I have a really hard time specifically drawing creepy. I've never been able to draw scary in a way that actually feels scary to me. I hope that someday I can, because obviously I like horror. I would want to be able to capture that feeling. But I've never been able to do it so far. All my attempts have been like comical. And sometimes you can play with that. Sometimes when you mix, opposing emotional states, that can create that sort of effect. But I want to just be scary on purpose, and I can't do it yet. Cecil? I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. It's hard for me to read from this difference. I do think that's the case. I spent so long studying proper anatomy and stuff like that it's actually incredibly hard for me to break away from that and do things more stylized. It is a problem that I have recognized in my own self. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's a thing for other people either. They were saying that. They said that learning the rules can cause you to stick to them unconsciously, even if you don't mean to. And I do think that that's the case, at least from me. So it's a bit of a balancing act. Art's never easy. Pink Noodle, if you haven't heard of Trevor Henderson, that's a good place to start. He feels kind of like a modern Stephen Gamble. All of his monsters are very, like, vague and indistinct. At least all of my favorite ones are. Sometimes he'll do one where the creature is, like, right up in the camera, but I don't think those are quite as visually interesting. I think he's best at capturing vagary. But I would guess that you might have known him already. He's incredibly popular. I don't really know anything else that hits that specific thing. I know of Zedislaw Bakinski. I looked at a little bit of his art. I had a friend back in high school who was really, really into him. And so I got to see a lot of his work. But it doesn't really click for me, and I'm not exactly sure why. I would have to study it more closely to try to figure out what exactly isn't working for me. I feel like off the top of my head, his environments might be too fantastical. I think I might need to see his, like, weird rotting monsters, like, in the context of, like, somebody's living room or something like that. He usually has these big, like, rotten landscapes that are, like, covered in cobwebs and stuff like that. And I don't know, I guess that, like, it becomes oversaturated. It's a little bit too much for me. H.R. Geiger, I need to see more of his work. I haven't seen a whole lot of it. I'm very used to people imitating him, and I'm sick and tired of that. But actual Geiger, I think I'm pretty unfamiliar with. I always wanted to play Darkseid. Maybe we could do that next year. And he did the art for that, right? Or is it just another imitation of him? I thought he did it. I could theoretically look into that one. Oh, God damn it, I fucked up again. These little teeth are too little. Okay, yeah, he did Darkseid. And then I think that would be a good vector to check out his work. I understand why everybody was imitating it. Because it was fresh and new, you know, at the time. But, for example, I was thinking of... Earlier, somebody mentioned the Summerween episode of Gravity Falls. Yet another No-Face ripoff in that one. And it's weird. It's very weird to me that people do that kind of thing where they're like, oh, let me imitate this, like... this one thing that people already know about and is very popular. And in my mind, I'm just like, if it's already really popular, everybody's going to think like, oh, I've seen it before. So while H.R. Geiger is really interesting, probably in his own right, I'm very disinterested by people trying to, like, imitate him at this point. I don't know Berserk. I've heard about it a lot of times, but, like, I don't know anything about it. I don't even have, like, a mental image in my head. It might be good. Bear in mind, because you're asking just very simply... You're asking very simply, oh, is Berserk scary? And it's a subjective thing. I can say whether or not I like it, but... to outright say just, is the thing scary, it doesn't really work. Oops. Oh, fuck. It just comes down to everybody's personal preferences. The artists, the viewers, the presidents. Obama specifically. Why do you guys think Obama is like inherently funny? For me, he's inherently funny. More so than other presidents. I didn't go with it because I was like, I think making a political joke is a little too dangerous. There was a joke I was going to make in the editing stuff that I was doing earlier today, and I was like, which president would I want to use? And I was like, I want to use Obama. And I decided, like I said, I decided not to, but it got me thinking about, like, which presidents are funnier. Portal Freak goes, wow, racist. It's not because he's black. That's not... Maybe for you. That's not what entered my mind. I could go into more specifics, but I think I'd have to start like naming conversations I had with specific people, and I don't want to do that right now. Because he's black. I guess it could be for some people. After all, the thing about the fries that I can't say on stream, that is pretty funny. No, Clinton's not funny. Clinton's just frustrating to me. I don't know. That's kind of why I'm like curious about it, because for me, Obama did plenty of bad stuff too. He was a war criminal just like every other president. But for whatever reason, I'm just like, he doesn't make me mad to think about. I'm just like, oh, comedic. Yeah, well, badly, I did think about, I was like, would I do Bush Jr.? And then I was like, no, that makes me think about like 9/11 and shit. I don't know. Maybe it was just because nothing was going on in the country at the time with Obama. That was like kind of like the cushiest period we had in a while. I guess people could say the same of Clinton. I don't know. Oh, God damn it. I'm getting too rough with these teeth. I keep breaking them. It'll still look okay, but I'm going to lose the... If I keep doing this, I'm going to lose the awkward feeling that I was going for. Oh, Gandalf pubes. I'm sorry. I would tell you again, but I don't want to walk all the way over to the computer and look for you. Just look up vintage Halloween songs. And it's the one with the black and white pumpkin. There we go. Oh, I'm glad you guys like it. I was a little worried that while I was really excited about this face personally, I was a little worried that you guys would be like, oh, it's too simple. But I'm very happy with it. Oh, get off there. Kitaro doesn't eat pumpkin. At least as far as I know. Maybe he does. I would assume pumpkins are not native to Japan. What does the sawing sound like to you guys? How clear is it? Can you hear me digging around in there? Does it make you feel like you're really here in the room? Somebody earlier said I can smell the pumpkin. I would hope that I can give you guys a little bit of a visceral reaction here. Pumpkin tempura! Holy shit. One of these days, I'll get a deep fryer and I'll try to make that. Holy smokes, that sounds amazing. Is that the orange slice? I've never really thought about it. But there's like an orange slice of some kind of vegetable that usually comes with like vegetable tempura. Is that pumpkin or is that like... I could see it. Might be. Yeah, if not a squash. That would make sense. Fantastic. That's good because I've always liked that bit. When I was a little kid, my very favorite thing to eat was tempura. And it still is really high up there. It's not my very favorite. But it's probably second favorite. But because I was a little kid, I didn't want to eat vegetables. So I would skip over the like zucchini and stuff like that. But I would always eat the orange slice, whatever the fuck that thing was. And I guess if that's pumpkin, all the better. There we go. Get out of here. Yeah. I like zucchini now. Squash and... What's the one I'm thinking of? There's zucchini and... Is it just squash? What's the squash? I thought I referred to gourds, but what's the thing that's just zucchini but it's yellow? That's squash? Oh, yellow squash, I see. That kind of stuff is really tasty to me as an adult. You okay?
Huh?
You okay?
Yeah.
You want to come say hi? You don't have to.
How would I do that?
And just say hi. You'd have to come in range of the microphone.
I was just going to grab a drink real quick.
Okay.
I just finished exporting video.
Which one?
The Halloween commercial. Oh, I shouldn't spoil it. Oh, whatever.
So it's okay. Okay.
No,
Really? I thought you wanted my help with that one.
No, I already got it done.
Okay. Well, that's good. I'm impressed. You've been really blowing through them today.
I only need help with like the LA footage, really.
Okay.
That's the one I'm...
If you want to move into the... I'm not in the bedroom anymore. I've got my computer set up over here.
Well,
What I was going to say was we could, since I still need to do more editing myself, we could both do it at the same time and like give feedback. But
I mean, I can move in here or something once you're done streaming every night.
yeah, if you would like, if you want to, it's up to you. I also don't want to slow you down if you need solitude to concentrate.
No, the reason it took so long was just because I I mean, in general, why the editing's taking so long? We only had one mic that we were sharing this year.
Yeah, I know.
We never had a second shotgun mic. If we did, this would have been a lot easier.
I'm really sorry about all that.
It's okay.
I mean, that's why Lumpkin the Pumpkin turned out so bad last year.
That's because we use the desktop mic, which that is going to be some of the videos this year.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be audible, but
I don't mean to people in chat. Lumpkin the Pumpkin turned out funny, but it was a nightmare to edit. And you can probably still hear in the actual upload that there's like a slight bit of echo. Feel free to have some of my Hawaiian punch if you want.
oh, that's okay. I was grabbing this because I know I'm going to be up all night probably.
Yeah. Be careful.
The LA footage is the one thing I'm afraid of.
I know.
I can get everything else done. That is the one thing I'm really afraid of.
Yeah. It's Halloween, so it's appropriate.
I guess so. I also know that because it's going to be on a Monday now, we're probably not going to have a lot of people come by.
No, I know. I know.
But I hope anyone who does come by, they end up having fun. Also, I noticed people were grabbing the sweatshirts.
Oh, yeah? Oh, I should talk about it again.
We actually have a good amount left still, but we're almost...
Yeah, you guys don't need to worry about, like,
No,
supplies
we
running
knew
out.
We were not going to sell them all.
But Dee Dee and I did sweatshirts this year. We did hoodies with a glow-in-the-dark design on them. You can check them out at dingdongvg.com. And because it's the day before Halloween, you can put in a coupon code to get a discount, which is Ghost Pumpkin Soup.
Yes, one word.
All one word.
All lowercase. I saw people were typing in all caps.
Werma, I believe, he was doing it before, but I believe he'll be
I don't know if it matters is the thing.
posting the link for you guys.
Because someone even asked in the chat, like, oh, did you guys get one? We were supposed to.
Yeah, it just hasn't gotten here in the mail yet.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that... If anyone's wondering why it was so late and why we didn't even have, like, a video promo, that's because we literally got a lot of this at the very last second. We were waiting.
Yeah, we intended for this to go up for sale at the beginning of the month. But unfortunately, due to a combination of issues, it didn't go up until about a week ago. Oh shit, I messed up.
I'm gonna just go check.
Ah!
what it is.
Okay, see you later.
I might be back depending on that.
Yeah, take your time. Like I said, do whatever you got to do to focus.
Oh god. It's gonna take forever.
Is it still rendering?
Yeah, it's gonna take a long time to render.
How much longer?
A while.
Okay.
I'm getting nervous. These exports are getting really frustrating for that some of them are taking a long time while others aren't.
Yeah, I know. I think you guys are gonna really like what we made, but boy, has it been tough to get all this shit done. And like I said, we started at the beginning of September. Even that wasn't enough time. Okay, Werma says that the code isn't case sensitive, so that's handy to know. Oops, god damn it, come on. Almost done. I think, honestly, I may give it a rest after this pumpkin because I'm getting really tired. And it's getting late enough into the night that I want to make sure I'm going to have enough time to do some editing myself. So I think after this pumpkin, I'm going to go ahead and light for you guys and show it off. And then I'm going to go get a little bit of rest and then get back to work. Because I want to make sure that we have all this stuff ready basically by the end of the night. It's really, really important to me that I be able to enjoy the holiday with Ding Dong tomorrow. And I want to do everything in my power to get that, to achieve that as a goal. Well, I keep cutting right through it. I really hope that doesn't droop by the morning. And it snapped clean off. Too bad. That was my favorite tooth. It had a notch out of it and everything. It's gonna look more like he's made out of slime now. Not the worst thing, but it's not what I was going for. Okay. Yeah, I forgot about the spooky red ball. Those stories. I haven't been able to find that book, by the way. I was looking for it. The specific book that the red ball story came out of. I haven't been able to find it.
I like that story. Okay, what's the range of this camera?
You're fine. Just don't come into the area, is all.
I don't know the area, that's what I mean.
Like, you know, this area. It can see basically up to the couch.
Okay. So, don't sit on couch, or couch is okay?
Couch is okay.
Because I know that mic probably isn't going to pick things up from really far away.
Yeah, you can sit on the couch.
Okay. It's going to probably be an hour of exporting, which stinks. At least all the exporting is giving me an excuse to work on the software, though.
Yeah.
Which is nice. Just because there still is a bit I need to do there. 10 and a half hours is what the stream seems like it might end up being, but that's if we can get the LA footage taken care of. That is the thing I'm the most afraid of.
Well, even then, the LA footage only accounts for 20 minutes,
yeah,
right?
It's
so,
not a very long
so even if we did lose it, like,
it's still a very long story.
it's still 9 hours and 40 minutes then.
Oh, actually, it would just be about 10 hours then. It would be 10 and a half.
Oh, I see what you mean.
It's good we're streaming it on Twitch instead of YouTube, because YouTube dies after around 10 hours of streaming.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think we found that out recently, right? Or did you always know?
No, I had no clue. I knew very little about YouTube.
Which stream was it? You were trying to stream something for 10 hours and then it kept cutting out for people.
I think I was just playing a whole bunch of games, and then eventually people were saying, like, oh yeah.
Was that your Diddy Kong one?
It might have been. Although I did it twice. That one it probably did, because that was when it rolled over in the morning and then little kids woke up and started being annoying.
Yeah.
I kind of remember that about Twitch streaming. I used to stream very late at night, so it was usually people from the UK watching. Like, we usually had people from different regions watching, which tended to actually be a lot calmer, I remember.
Thank you, Britland folks. I'm sorry you're not in breakfast anymore. I'm glad I got a laugh. It was a risky joke. I wasn't sure if anybody would get it. Good lady?
I'm glad at least some of these are done with.
Yeah.
Some of them were pretty tricky to work with in such a tight schedule. The longest export is going to be happening next, though. That's the footage I'm going to be handling. I don't want to spoil what that is, obviously, but that's the longest one. I'm hoping to God that does not take all night to do, because if it does, I might need to have that go through, like,
That would be bad.
I don't know. I don't know what I do about that.
Not to mention, I have no idea how long my thing is going to take
Exactly.
to render.
It
My
stinks
computer
that-
is not as good as yours.
It stinks that we have everything, like, basically ready, but the exports are going to be the problem now.
Yeah. I already warned everybody that we don't know when the stream is going
Yeah,
to go
I
up.
heard.
Because it counts on the uploads.
It's why I very specifically did not try to give, like, date and time this year around.
Yeah, because you knew that it was going to need to be flexible.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to light all these pumpkins up now.
On fire?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
so you guys can see how they came out.
That's a hazard.
Would you go around and slowly put all the lights up?
Okay. What do you mean?
The lights.
Oh, you just mean these lights. I thought you meant like you had lights outside or something.
Oh, no.
Okay. What about the flamingo light? Can I turn that on?
You can.
Wow.
The foyer light as well.
Oh, you want me to loop around and go do that one?
Yeah. You can walk behind the camera. You won't show up. Or if you're really scared about it, I'll just do it.
That's because I know people are weird.
No, I understand. I get it. There we go. Okay, that's that one. Hot damn. I think it already looks great, even without the lights off.
I think so.
This one. Where'd I put the lighter? There it is. Go. There's another. I think this big one is going to need an extra light.
I like this TP one.
This guy?
I think he's pretty good.
I think he came out fantastic, and I'm glad that everybody else seems to agree. I was worried that folks were not going to like him. You need two lights. Yeah, the other one is a lot more dim.
Did you worry that just because it's a spookier design?
I thought it was too simple.
I think it's a pretty good one.
Oh, wait.
I even like the little line underneath his eye.
And one more. There you are. Come here. You little rascal. Thought you could get away. God damn it.
How would you feel if the table collapsed and they all smashed in unison? The stream abruptly cut out after that.
It would probably, I'd be like, oh my god, proof of the supernatural.
I still remember one of the first streams I did when I moved in with you was when the bed collapsed underneath me at the end.
Really?
Yeah, the bed
I don't
frame-
remember that
the
at
bed
all.
frame broke underneath
I
me.
believe you because it was
And-
constantly.
Oh my God!
I believe you because it was constantly breaking. It would always break on me in the middle of the night, and I would fall on the floor.
It was a big jump scare.
There we go. Now let me go turn off the lights, and we can get the full experience.
Oh, I like that one.
Oh, you got really dim. This guy.
That's rude. I like these three.
I still have to do one more, and I'll probably have to do it tomorrow.
Oh, well, at least they'll be freshest then.
Oh wait, hold on. There we go.
Oh my god.
That's the ticket.
Ah!
I think out.
Those are monsters.
I think they turned out pretty good. Thank you, everybody, for joining me while I carved pumpkins. Oh, give me a flashlight so that I can like light myself up.
Use the strobe on it.
Oh no, that's too bright. Oh.
Ooh, that's too big.
There you go, everybody. Thank you very much for coming to my pumpkin carving stream. I hope you guys did some pumpkin carving of your own to celebrate, and if not, you better do some tomorrow. Otherwise, Chucky is gonna come get you. Have a good night, everybody.
Be sure to come to the Halloween stream.
Oh yeah, do come to the Halloween stream tomorrow. We've spent so goddamn long working on it.
It doesn't help that algorithms want to bury anything right now.
Good night, everybody.
Be safe. Because Halloween, it's known